What you guys, got another product review here for you. This one is the Mecool BB2 Pro. Now this is an Octa-core Android TV box for you guys to watch your TV shows on and your movies. It's got Android 6.0 on it, DDR4 at 3GB of memory inside here as well. It's got the S912 Amlogic CPU, which is an octa-core, and again 16GB of ROM on this version, 8-core CPU, Ultra 4K HD, and a 64-bit operating system there and chipset on this version. It's a pretty cool box, so let's take a look at it. So here's the specs on the back of the box. If you want to pause the screen at this stage, you can do. It's got H.265 supported, and again 4K supported as well on this particular box. Now inside your box you're going to get everything you need to get up and running, and then you can install all your apps through the Google Play Store. So you can see here you've got all your remote control, power brick, and adapter and stuff like that. So let's take a look at the remote controls. Pretty standard, same as most remote controls here. It will do the job. I prefer to use the one you see on the screen now in the top left hand corner. I use one of these or something like that, and they're pretty decent to use as well. I also use the Logitech wireless keyboard and pad as well, which I find much more easier to use for navigating around. Now also you're going to get your power adapter. Now this is a pretty unique power adapter. I like this one. It's got a 2-pin plug on it, as you can see here, and your jack on the end. It folds away here, so if you're in another country which uses 2-pin, you use it like this, and if you're in the UK you just push the pins back down and slot in the little 3-pin adapter on the end, which I think is a really nice touch from Mecool. Now also here you've got your user manual. Inside your user manual, this is going to give you all your instructions on how to set it up, how to use your remote, and what you can do with your TV box here as well. And again, we'll go through all the specs and stats in a minute when we get the box out of its packaging. But again, this is the actual menu system here and your settings inside Android. If you're not familiar with an Android operating system, it's pretty straightforward and easy to use operating system. Now again, you're going to get your antenna. This is an iGain antenna, and the wireless connectivity on this is pretty decent, and we'll test it out a little bit later on. And of course you're going to get your HDMI cable in here. This one's not too bad. It's not a short one. It's a sort of pretty decent length. And of course you're going to get your Mecool TV Box. Now the actual logo lights up blue when it's on and red when it's off, which I think is pretty cool. And on the front you're going to have a blue LED light as well, but as you can see it's like a silvery, metallic-y silver colour with some black piping around the outsides here. And you've got the BB2 Pro with some LED light on the front, and your power button as well. And I do like to have a power button on here because it allows you to shut it down as well. And here you've got your dual band AC Wi-Fi 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz 802.11b GN and AC Wi-Fi adapter port there. You've got your LAN port here, and also your optical one is right next to that as well. So you can either use Wi-Fi or LAN. It depends, it's up to you really. You also got your AV ports here as well if you want to use that. And we also, next to that, we have our reset button. The reset button's really important if you brick your device, if it don't boot. They're really easy to fix. You just can reset it by hard resetting it with that little pin there. Now also you've got HDTV, which is your HDMI port for your connectivity, and also you're going to have your 5 volts DC in, which is going to power your actual unit. Okay, and it all comes in the kit as well. Now on the other side you're going to have your USB ports. You're going to have 2 of these, which is pretty useful because it means you can use one for an external device and also one for your keyboard. And you've got your TF slot here, which is a micro SD card slot, which has expandability up to 32 GB if you don't want to use any sort of external device. Now the bottom is a unique thermal design. It is made of metal, which is a really nice touch, and also gets good airflow here, and the temperatures are pretty cool. And you've got these anti-slip rubber feet on the bottom as well. So it's got a pretty good weight to it on this one. It's pretty good build design as well by Mecool, and I like it quite a lot. So let's go ahead and boot the device up and take a look at what it's got to offer. So as you can see on boot up, this is what you're going to see when you first boot up your box. I've captured the screen so you can see everything here. We're going to go through some benchmarks and some video testing as well. And this is pretty typical for Mecool for their menu system here. So you've got the Mecool logo with the timer, and also you've got all your little icons here, and you can add more in. So let's take a look at what you can do here. These are just some of the applications that you get, and I've also added in a few others like Cody. So we'll fire up Cody 7.3 Krypton. Now you can get this from the Google Play Store. You can just download and install it. It doesn't come with Cody pre-installed, and there's no third-party add-ons or nothing like that, so it's all safe to use in the UK. And of course what we're going to do is test some free samples here to see what the quality's like. Now remember, these samples are on my USB flash drive, and of course we're going through Cody as well, and we're going to test it with 3 megabits per second HD H264. And these are really high codec ones, and we're also going to be doing the 60 frames MPS. So let's go ahead and do this one. As you can see, pretty smooth quality video here, no jerkiness, and these samples are designed for testing TV boxes and other stuff as well. So pretty smooth there. So let's move on to the 90 megabits per second HD 10 bits, which is pretty hefty, and you can see it's playing these pretty smoothly as well. And again, this is coming off a pretty slow USB flash drive, pretty standard 4GB USB flash drive. Now let's do the 4K 120 megabits per second 10 bit Ultra HD, and again it plays that just fine, as you can see here. No jerkiness, no stuttering, no shuttering, works pretty cool. And that's exactly what you expect from a TV box. And of course this is pretty decent. You're going to get this for around about £55 with the coupon, 10% coupon that you can use, the link in the description. Another one people like to see is this Sony Camp one, which is 4K. So I'm going to play this for you because some people say this normally stresses the boxes out, and as you can see it's pretty smooth, no jerkiness there. And I'll leave it along for a little bit longer so you can see. And not too bad, and that's a 4K file, so it plays pretty well. So it's passed all those samples. Now again, what I'm going to do here is play some samples in another way so you can see them. So we're going to use Movie Player here. Now sometimes when you play different samples in different ways, you'll get an issue. So I'm just going to play one sample here through Movie Player, and you can see it plays pretty well. So depending on what sort of player you're going to get or what you're going to use, you're going to have different results. Okay, and you can see there's no jerkiness there. And I'll do quickly one more here. Just escape out of here, and we'll probably do the other 4K one here as well, just to test. And there you go, perfectly fine. Now of course if you had these on a faster USB stick as well, that would be okay. We're just using a normal USB stick here. So again, you've got your air pin as well you can use here. You can see this here, just confirm this so you can see. And you've got your DLNA and general and AirPlay on there as well. And let me just come back out of here. And of course you've got your Netflix already plugged in, and also YouTube as well. You can add more in as well if you want to, and there's loads of ways you can add those in. So let's just quickly take a look at the settings. I'll just show you through here. These are pretty standard on every TV box, they all look the same. But I'll just go through here and just show you what's inside here. More settings. As you can see, you've got your Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, data usage, and all that sort of good stuff. I'll just come right the way down to the bottom and go about media box. And there you go, there's the specs on it. And you can see Android 6.0 is on here, which is nice. So let's come out of here. And again, you can add apps on the front here. You can see, just click on this add app, and then you can just add whatever you like in. So if you want some quick access ones, you can just add, say, YouTube on the front, and you can add a browser on here. Say if you go in routing in through the apps tab there, you can just get them all on the front here, which I think is pretty useful. And you can see we've got a browser there now and YouTube. You've got TV Center there, which is not installed. You've got Explorer. This is where you can explore your files. and of course we'll just go back into here, and this is your updater. This is pretty important in case you brick your device or you want to update it. You can use this method here, pretty straightforward and easy to do. If you want to see videos on that, let me know in the comments section below. So we'll just quickly come out of here, and again, what else we've got here? So okay, we've got the movie player here, which we've looked at already. So DU cleaner as well. This just cleans all the junk and stuff off the actual box here. Just push start and it will just do a quick scan and clean all the trash, and you can see 32 megabytes. It's cleaned all those off, and that's pretty useful to have. So I'm just going to quickly escape out of here, and we'll do some game testing as well and some benchmarks, so you can see the game tests and benchmarks as well. Again, Miracast is on here as well, an app installer, so you can install apps via this way as well. And Miracast, as I said, this will just mirror your device, whether it be a phone or something like that. It will capture and mirror the actual phone display. So if you're playing a movie on your phone, it will display that straight on the TV, and that worked fine. Not going to go through there because of copyright reasons. And again, we'll just go ahead into the Play Store here, just to show you can get all your apps inside here. If you're not familiar with Android TV boxes, this is where you get all your goodies from. And we're just going to do a benchmark here now. I won't bore you with the whole process, I'll just speed this up, and you can see 41,567, which isn't a bad score for a TV box of £55. And again, we'll just quickly run through the CPU Z, and you can see 8 cores here, which is a nice thing. Mali-T820 GPU as well. And again, you've got the root access on there, and it tells you the available memory and internal storage. And the RAM and the screen resolution is 1920 by 1080, as you can see here. Screen density is 160 dpi. And again, you can go through here, root access, as you can see there on the bottom. It tells you the Android version, and let's just go ahead and take a look at the thermals here. And the thermals were pretty good on this device. 52C, run pretty cool, didn't get over hot, which is nice. And of course, what we're going to do next is just take a look at some gameplay here. Now, you can play games on this box, which is a nice added bonus, because some boxes struggle because it's got the DDR4 and the Octa-core CPU. It's pretty easy, as you can see here, and plays these games pretty smoothly. That's, of course, it's going to have its limitations, but it will play these games, as you can see here. Now, also, we're going to do the Geekbench score here, just to show you, just in case you're interested in the Geekbench score. And it's a single core of 505, and also multi-core score of 22,542, which is pretty okay. And of course, I'll do some Wi-Fi test here for you as well, so you can see the Wi-Fi capability. Now, this really doesn't mean too much, because obviously it depends on your speed and how far you are from the router. And of course, I'm pretty decent distance away from the router here, and we're getting pretty decent scores here, as you can see. So not too bad. And you can stream whilst on Wi-Fi and while you're on the actual LAN as well, if you want to. And you can see the quality on YouTube. Now, of course, I've typed in there 4K content, but this is not streaming down at 4K. This is streaming down at 1080p, and I'll show you that at the end. But you can see the quality is pretty good, and that's only because it's going through YouTube. It won't allow you to stream 4K content via YouTube, but the quality is still pretty good, as you can see here. And you can see the settings here is 1080p. That's as good as you can get it, and that was on a Wi-Fi connection as well, which isn't too bad. Now, if you use the link in the description, you will get 10% off, which will take it down to about 55 English pounds, which isn't too bad for a TV box of this caliber, and I think it's a pretty good deal. Anyway, if you haven't joined the giveaway yet, there's still time to add the giveaway. Just go onto the link in my giveaway video, and you've got a chance to win a prize, and also it is international, so good luck with that one. Anyway, thanks again for watching. My name is Brian from brightechcomputers.co.uk. Bye for now.